cut. Double check the steering wheel. Control.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Hey Dad, did you know that replacing your cooling system reduces repair costs and improves energy efficiency? Plus it operates more efficiently, which means more money in my pocket. I mean, your pocket. Hey Dad, did you know that a new cooling system is less noisy and has a smart thermostat you can control from your phone?
How'd you get so smart?
Must be from Mom.
When it comes to your home's most important decisions, make the smart choice and trust your local Cedar Rapids Pro partner. We're in your neighborhood, so call today.
After Memorial Day, we remember the drivers that came before, the soldiers, the men and women who sacrifice it all to make sure that we stay free. And free tonight here on Vspeed, it's 300 miles for the Chapman Cup Series from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, Bradley Cooper, alongside Alex Gagnon for the Chapman 300 from Charlotte. And Alex, this one, still in the back of our minds, and I know it's been about 7 days now, but what a interesting and surreal moment there in the NASCAR and stock car and just racing community as a whole with Kyle Busch.
Yeah, first and foremost, our deepest condolences to his family, friends, and anyone who had the opportunity to know him. Obviously, we got to watch him a lot, being fans of the sport. And, for all the things you can say about him, the most important thing you can say is that every week he kept things interesting out there, and the sport is worse off without him. And it's going to be weird not seeing him out there. I know a lot of the drivers got together in practice here today to do a sort of a group photo in remembrance of. So, even in the back of the mind, something I'm sure that's playing at the driver's psyche a little bit, even as just fans. But, you balance that with it being, one of the biggest days in the motorsport calendar between the Indy 500 and the Coke 600. It's been a very strange week since the last time we've had a chance to be out here since the All-Star race.
Well, these guys gridded quick here tonight. This is unusual, but everybody jumped on the racetrack, so they're eager and ready to go. So we're just going to go ahead and jump straight to grid and get in that KLD pole award. It's going to be the number 57 of Dakota Floyd with a 29.292. He will start on the top spot with Jacob Sirkovich, and we're already going to go green, so I guess we're just going to have to hide this and take it straight to the racetrack. Live here tonight for 300 miles. Got plenty of time to catch up. Dakota Floyd will lead them into turn 1. Live and racing for week 11. Racing Revolution in the Chapman Cup Series. Right to lead lap number 1, Dakota Floyd from the pole, and it's 2-3 wide behind him here. You've got Parker Johnston in the middle of that as they came across the quad oval. On the outside line is Justin Ritchie in the 55. He had a good run off of 2.
Yeah, that he did, and it's getting real messy here through the middle of the pack. A lot of 2 to 3 wide going through these corners. Charlotte, of course, a track that really benefits this next-gen car, being able to place it kind of wherever you want on the racetrack in the early going. 200 laps on cue here tonight. They got 6 sets of tires available, of course, on the iRacing fixed setup, and these guys are moving. I mean, they get down to the 150s through the corner, but you see them on the back end of the straightaway. I mean, these guys will be pushing close to 185, 190 tonight down the straight. So this is a very, very fast 1.5 miles as we jump on board here. That's Sirkovich trying to work the outside. And he's finding some success here on that outside row. He's battling with Parker Johnson right now as they go back into 1 here on lap number 4.
193 miles per hour to the entry of turn 1, downshifting to 4th gear. Got a car to the outside. That's Parker Johnston.
Bit of a shallow entry there for the 88. On the fresh tires, you can get that car to rotate any way you like. Someone got a piece of the wall there. I want to say it might have been Turner just behind him. Because here they go side by side into turn 1. There was your starting grid as they ran. Alves and Turner made up that second row. Burns and Ritchie made up row number 3.
We'll cycle that at the bottom of your screen as we continue on here. Watching the 66 of Carter Lenz. He's gotten clear, up 4 positions. Caleb Gilbert has gained 5. Top 10 have changed hands a little bit. Back half of it starting to work its way towards the front. And it's a Hornet's Nest. 88 into the wall. 53 of Raider has nowhere to go.
It's getting messy in here right now. 3 wide to the inside goes Raider. Sirkovich now up into the fence. Orlando Jr. right there to apply the pressure. 3 wide off of turn 4. Oh, and they're hitting the wall again. Orlando sideways across the quad oval.
And everyone's involved. Michael Call, 23. 45 in there as well. Lap 7.
Did not take very long for that to develop. Take a look here on the replay. Starts here when things get 3 wide in the turn 3. Raider to the inside. Sirkovich makes a little bit of contact there with Turner. Man, he just does not have a lot of room to recover here in this battle with the 27. The two of them get together off of 4. Orlando almost saved it, gets sideways, and everything seemed fine right there until he slides back up the racetrack, and that's where everyone else gets caught up in it. But not much you can do there if you're the 27. That car is just skidding through the grass. You can't really anchor it down with any sort of reliable success doing that. Obviously, he was not aiming to be in the grass, but just a tough turn of events there for the 27 and subsequently the back half of the field.
And laughter involved, it looks like, as well. Gonna do this one more time from our blimp camera. There's 31. Riding doors there. Was Jeremiah Nelson involved on the bottom half of it, and then the 45 of Tyler Harrison.
Yeah, the 5 got slowed down. He saw the 27 coming. The 7, however, did not see him coming. Did not slow down at the same pace as the 5. Got into the back of the Call and kind of gave him a shot here right into Orlando, and that's going to be heavy damage for all those guys.
A lot of mileage to repair this. Look here with a lot of cars coming down already for stops. Justin Ritchie in the 55. There's Sirkovich, Thorpe, Nelson, Picklesheimer, Schaefer, Thorpe, and Harrison. All down pit road.
Yeah, an early stop here. Some folks trying to get that damage repaired. Other folks maybe trying to get a little off cycle. And yeah, I have a suspicion, not through a racecraft issue, Bradley, but just through the nature of Charlotte, that this is something we're going to see a couple times here tonight, especially coming off of turn 4 if you're running side by side. You just start to run out of room getting into that quad oval, and you carry so much momentum around this place that sometimes you just run out of places to put your race car.
Not surprising in the least bit, but what is surprising, the top 10. Watching there with 5 spots gained. You've also got Gilbert, Raider, then 8 positions gained by Trevor Earhart up into the top 10. So a lot of cars that maybe didn't qualify the way they wanted to, working their way up.
Been a lot of maybe not a lot, but there's definitely a handful of schemes out there that are mixing it up tonight. Some are very sort of patriotic in honor of Memorial Day, and some, of course, are tributes to the late, great Kyle Busch. You see there with, I want to say Nick Alves may have one, at least if nothing else, has the Interstate Batteries throwback. But Rob Raider, of course, also with the throwback there in the Kellogg's throwback there for that 53 machine. I want to say Daniel Holloway's also got an M&M's throwback on the 21 here tonight.
A lot of throwbacks throughout this field. Against the 21 and the Candyman driving the M&M's Camry. Rowdy forever on the side of that machine. We're doubled back up here on lap 10. And this Interstate Batteries theme 24 with KLD Trucking on the side will be to the outside of Floyd for this restart. Floyd has taken that clean air, looking for his second win here and Racing Revolution. Pace car will get out of the way. We'll go back green on lap 11.
Launch from the inside row. Burns jumps to the inside and clears Nick Alves for second as they go through turns 1 and 2, getting back up to speed. First side-by-side settles in for fourth. That is Caleb Gilbert working to the outside of Carter Linz, and they are dangerously close to making contact in the 3.
Linz holds it down there pretty well, though. It's going to give the 54 of Gilbert a run to the top 5. Now to the outside of Johnston. Going to pick up another spot. Running that high line, looking fantastic for the Chapman 54.
Yeah, he's got that thing dialed in right now, and he's taking Rob Rader with him on that high side. You see them roar off into turn 3 here. Gilbert slides into the 4th spot. He's now looking to try to make a move on Nick Alves off of the corner. And looks like there has not really been a consensus yet on where the line is in the corner. We have a lot of folks getting down to the apron, but you know, the folks that are willing to run up high, willing to run the wall, they're finding some good speed here early.
Right on board with Rob Rader in that high line. It's kind of went stagnant here. He gained 5 positions, now 6, but has since quieted down. It's going to take a few laps here for him to work on Parker Johnson for the top 5. A look through the outside of the quad oval into turns 1 and 2. Like you said there, Alex, it looks like everybody's got a different idea how to get around this place early.
Yeah, we're seeing different ones work here in the early couple of laps. I mean, obviously the leaders right now in that clean air getting down to the apron, no problem, but we've seen a handful of cars work those middle and upper lanes to some decent success here to get some track position. Some good battles, though, going on in the back half of the top 10. You see some side-by-side trying to work through the quad over there. I'll say that's Michael Reed battling to the outside of Robinson, and there's Al Likens to the inside of Carter Linz off of 2.
Linz got into the wall there off of 2. That'll open up the door, though. The 13 of Likens down low. 91 of Reed. Going to take that spot away coming off of 4.
There they go through the quad oval back into 1, and you know, it's all been quiet through the top couple spots. Al Likens here, you see off the back bumper of the Rob Rader machine. He's now up to 7th as he makes the pass on the points leader Carter Linz. Another strong start to the race here for the 13. It feels like early in these races we see the 13 running up front a lot of days this season. However, it's been, you know, closing out some of these races that has been easier said than done, usually through stuff outside of his own control. But it's another good day on pace so far for the 13. See Rob Rader here off of turn 2, looking to the inside now. Johnson.
A good run there off of turn 2. We were looking off the back of Michael Reed just a moment ago. Likens falling back a little bit. Rader not able to complete this pass. Going to push up a little bit tight and allow the 48 to slot back in. That's going to allow Linz to the outside. The 66 will go side by side for 6th.
On board here with Linz, trying to work the outside of Rob Rader, who tries to close the door. Linz gives him just a touch of room here. Back now to the inside. Going to get a fender alongside the 53. Can he keep it? There's the question. Not quite. And the duel continues as they both try to chase down Parker Johnson. This is the battle we're watching for 6th.
On a trading in positions here in the top 10, side by side, a little bit deeper in the field, just behind Kyle Stewart. You got Ben Lapter and the 19 of Alex Forget, the Skittles 19. The side by side has not settled down for 20th place.
No, it certainly hasn't. There's a good duel going on there. We are closing in on the halfway point of this stage, just about. Stage being, of course, at lap 50 of this 300-mile, 200-lap race. On board with Ben Lafter, who is working that wheel right now, trying to both stay off of Michael Bennett while also trying to find a way to defend his position, as he's got some traffic coming around the outside right now going in the one.
That's Fred Pennington on the outside. And then out ahead of Lafter, you've got the 14 of Bennett, who just went by Alex Forget. They were battling the 30 car very fast down the backstretch. Kinder Morgan 30 gonna try to complete this in 3.
A good battle there as we take our look back to the front. Dakota Floyd's led every lap of this thing. He continues to hold serve by about a third of a second over Jeremy Burns. Caleb Gilbert up to 3rd, Rader up to 4th. As Nick Alves starting to struggle here a little bit and falling back out into this battle with Michael Reed. And then a lot of side-by-side here rounding out the top 10.
80 degrees on the track surface, 70 degrees in the air. Track should stay pretty stable as the sun is down, the lights are out. Surface will rubber up quite a bit here. Should be pretty grippy out tonight. 3 wide just behind here, 41 to the inside.
Last time we saw 3 wide and 3 and 4, it led to the opening caution of the race. Do they traverse it better this time? Robinson trying to get down. Earhart going to lose out in that battle temporarily. He falls back into the clutches of Justice Murphy. Take one more look at it here.
It's going to get a big run off of 1 and 2. Watch this. He takes the outside line. I don't know if there's a check up here with the 11 of Robinson down the middle. But watch this.
Yeah, just had a ton of momentum, carried it all the way to the bottom of the racetrack and made it 3 wide and was almost able to clear the 13, but this that 13 car rallied back, and as things started squeezing down into the quad oval, the 41 had to get out of it just a little bit in the interest of self-preservation. Is now Likens again 3 wide. That was with Johnston and with Linz. Now it's going to be side by side. The 13 to the apron here in turn 3 as the 48 wheels the middle, trying to hold on to that spot. Battling for 8th right now is, oh man, that was, I was about to say a self-clear. I think he realized last second that he wasn't clear, but that almost got really dicey.
Johnson into the wall, the 11 in the middle. We're going to look 3 wide again. Outside of this top 5, it's getting dicey.
Robinson to the inside of the 48, washing up the track a little bit. Was moving them up just a hair. It's allowing Earhart to get there, trying to maybe make the outside work. There's not a lot of room there. 48 closes the door, but now he's up toward the fence. Back down to the inside they go. Some fantastic battling here. They're all slowing each other up. However, it is great action here in the early going of this 300-miler. There goes the 41. They got squeezed 3 wide, and the 41 of Earhart's around. Collected by the 19 of Forget.
Oh, we got a separate incident with Alves.
Oh, man. 2 incidents back-to-back here right along the front straightaway. We'll bring out our second caution of the night. It started with the 41 of Trevor Earhart getting around after 3 wide. Went wrong with Justice Murphy to the inside off of 4. And then Nick Alves right through the middle of the center of this racetrack also goes around a split second later. And yeah, let's take a look here. This is the first half of it. We were watching on board off the 11 when this happened. Just ran out of room. 12 comes up the track, 41 with nowhere to go. Collected by the 19 of Forget. Christopher Schaefer goes around as well. Orlando's in it. And that's only half the incident, Bradley. What happened with the 24 of Nick Alves?
Well, this is separate out ahead of this, but I think Alves comes up. No, 13 hits the wall, bounces down into him, ends up sliding back up the racetrack. The 2 simultaneous incidents. We'll watch it one more time for the blip camera. Go back here to the 12. Here's the incident here. And then just out ahead of this, after that 3 wide gone wrong, there's that.
And that was, you know, we've only had 2 cautions tonight, but both of them have collected quite a few cars, and I think it's proven, particularly running side by side off of turn 4 here, rather treacherous so far tonight.
And the 9 of Burns going to choose 2 tires to get out ahead of Dakota Floyd. Floyd's going to end up falling back to 7. Justice Murphy, 2 tires. Matt Robinson, Grant Turner, 7.8 in the box. So a little bit of strategy. And then you have Christopher Schaefer. I've seen this episode before.
Well, we'll hope that this version of it goes a bit better than Watkins Glen, although I would suspect it probably would. Watkins Glen was a particularly daring effort, to put it nicely. On the ovals, though, generally it has a slightly higher success rate. But it'll be Burns, Linz are the next 2 cars, and who's that in the 4th there? Is that Grant Turner in the 39?
I believe it is. 2-time winner this season.
2-time winner this season, indeed. And with so many people running the unique scheme here tonight to honor either Kyle Busch, honor our nation's veterans, or a combination of both, I really should have made a spotter's guide before tonight, trying to pick out all the new looks. But some fresh paint on a lot of cars here in the top 10. I mean, basically all the way through. I mean, just in this camera shot alone, everyone here running the unique scheme tonight for the most part.
The only reason I know any of their names is the telemetry provided here by ATVO. But I do know that Christopher Schaefer's got the top spot here for this restart. A little bit of damage on the front end. So lap 30 out of 200. This car has been out on the racetrack 3 times today. 2 cautions, 1 lead change. Stage coming up here very soon. And I might have lost contact here with my co-commentator. I'm going to see if we can fix this here with Alex Gagnon. But the stage at lap 50 and 100 here tonight. Green flag back underway at Charlotte.
Good launch there for the outside. Burns going around that high side. He'll take the lead, it looks like, in the 1 and 2. Schaefer, though, going to try to hang on the inside. Linz, though, immediately trying to work his way up to the middle. 3 wide off of 2.
Gets by it. 66 going to take a stab at the lead. Dakota Floyd, who led the entirety of the first portion of this race, he's going to look 3 wide. 23 crowding him through the quad oval. 12 to the outside. We saw 3 wide a moment ago with the 12. It didn't work out. 3 wide again with Raider, giving a touch to the Floyd.
Oh, man, they are really not having a lot of room to operate out there as they come back together. Reed gets tagged there by Murphy. He's able to save it, though. 3 wide again, the 91 still in the middle, fighting his way past the 21 of Holloway.
Close call there down the backstretch. Reed able to hold on to it. He's going to pick up 6th position on the outside of Schaefer. Wide. I believe that was Kyle Stewart in the mix of that. Still 3 wide behind him. That's the 12. 33 of Mickelsheimer tags the apron there. It is getting so dicey outside the top 10. Something's going to happen here.
A lot of side-by-side racing here. Energy picking up in a big way off that restart. A lot of cars who came down pit road that last time trying to utilize their new tires while they have a chance. And everyone just trying to find a hole and, keep working their way forward. Take a look here. There's Munoz diving to the inside of Holloway. This is back just outside the top 10. Oh, and the yellow's out further back in the pack. Someone is spinning through the infield. And that is Tyler Harrison. And the front end of that car looks a little beat up as well.
Harrison might be done for the day. Left front pretty caved in there. It looks like the right side also damaged. It's like Bennett contact with the 48 at Johnston. Then Laughter gets shot up the racetrack, destroyed for the 64.
Man.
That was a hard hit there for Laughter.
That was a hard hit. That's, he's had a tough go of things at times this season. Just some bad luck here and there, and this is another case of it. This all works its way high. It looks like the 64 is going to avoid it, and then just at the last second gets tagged by the 45, and then the 30 of Pennington just right into the door as well. And Laughter goes from looking like he's going to avoid it to about 3 seconds later hitting the wall and hitting two different cars. That is a brutal turn of events. It is going to let the 9 of Jeremy Burns, though, lead this field on this ensuing restart. Can't imagine there's going to be a lot of takers for pit road this time, given that just about everyone, I think, came down pit road on the last go of things.
Let's see if this graphic works. No, it does not. Too many stages here for this one. But if I take that hyphen out of the middle, it probably would. Maybe. Let's see. Nope, still. You change things up here for this longer race, 300 miles. It's too long for our graphic. It's too big.
Crazy how that works.
You got the gist, though. I'm going to fix it. I promise. Just give me a minute here, Alex. Keep talking. I'm going to do my thing.
Alrighty. Well, as things sit right now, it will be Burns and Linz on the front row, a sentence that we are no strangers to saying here in the Chapman Cup Series. Robinson and Floyd, your pole sitter, will be making up row number 2 when they get going here again. And then behind them, Rob Rader, who's already been making some moves here in the early going. He sits in that 5th spot. And, of course, Michael Reed got ready to go in 6th. There'll be some big points up on the board here in just a couple of laps when they restart. It'll be just over 10 laps to that first stage set for lap 50. And, with multiple stages here tonight, this is the biggest points-paying night of the season because of that extra stage. So a real opportunity to make up some ground in the standings here if you're not where you want to be.
On the choose, Jeremy Burns going to elect for the inside. Again, points up for grabs. The Good Floyd has worked his way back up to 3rd for this restart. He led the first 30 laps completed for the 57. 28 actually, and looking to get back there. He was quick enough to stay ahead of Burns, but Burns pulls the strategy. He has 4 tires though. Now, he's the first of the cars with 4 tires in this top 5. So with a little shootout of about 10, 11 laps, gotta wonder, does the 57 have the goods to take the lead back?
He's got enough time to really make something happen. He doesn't have to go out there immediately in one lap and try to just, send it all out there. He's got a few laps here to try to set something up. We'll see the level of patience that he's got here for this opening stage. As we're getting ready to go once again. Burns, Linz, that front row, and you know, this will be for Carter Linz trying to extend that points lead if he can get that stage win. For everybody else, an opportunity to try to reel him in a little bit as they are going to make their way into the restart zone. Green flags back out in the air. Here we go back into turn number 1. Jeremy Burns in the inside line, a great launch. And Robinson going to slide on by Linz as well to take over second.
Linz not good on that restart. A little bit of wheel spin there for the 66. Actually held up Dakota Floyd. He ends up getting pinned back to 5th position. He'll be outside of Michael Reed as they go into 3 and 4.
To the outside they go once again. Now across the line. Here's Rader to the outside of Linz for the 3rd spot. He's right to the bumper here of Robinson as well. The 11 goes high to block. Rader all the way up to the fence, might open the door for somebody behind him as they run 2 by 2, basically all the way back behind race leader Jeremy Burns. 10 to go in the stage this time by.
Kyle Stewart trying to defend for that 10th position. Just got passed by Ryan Munoz in the number 81. Munoz up. But it looks like 15 positions. A lot of gaining here for the 81.
Munoz to the inside now, looking to clear. Grant Turner not able to do it that time. That's the battle for 9th. As things run here, coming to the end of the opening stage. That 81 looking to the inside once again in the quad oval. Door to door at the line. Will he be able to clear them here through 1 and 2? That's going to be the question.
Looks like he will. Justice Murphy trying to claw his way back into the top 15 in 17th position now. Very aggressive on the back. I believe that was the 23, actually, with the 21. 21 blinked out there for a moment.
Take a look here at this battle. Rader has gotten by the 66 for now. He'll take that 3rd spot. Lynn's going to settle into 4th. Floyd just behind them in 5th. And now he steps out to make a move on the 66. Rader swipes down, trying to do a little arrow block, take that space away. He's going to hold up to 57 here, trying to almost play the lines like it's a super speedway race right now, is the 53. And this is helping him hold on to 3rd, but he is losing touch a little bit to 1st and 2nd as Robinson and Burns starting to pull out a gap here with only a couple laps to go.
Again, stage coming at lap 50. We'll take lap 45. It'll be 6 to go for the end of stage 1. Jeremy Burns has a 2/10 of a second lead over the 11 of Matt Robinson. These cars took 2 tires on their last stop. Seems to be paying off so far. Burns in that clean air can run his own line and defend. Floyd to the outside of Linz, or inside of Linz, finally gets clear of the 66. We'll go to work on Rob Rader. Top 10 of single filed out. Kyle Stewart got back in front. It's Brandon Pamitat in 11th position, just outside of the points pay.
Both of these guys would love to get some of those extra points that are up for grab here. Right now, Kyle Stewart's got that last one. Pamitat trying to take it away. On board with the 87 as he now looks to that middle lane. Gets a little fresh air on the nose. Going to try to help it get a little more cornering speed now as he gets right in and tucked in behind the 10. Once again, looking to the outside. Kyle Stewart, they're not giving him anything. And Pamitat's running out of time here to make that move. He's there, but got to find a way to get around him. As you see now, Dakota Floyd, Carter Linz, this battle for 4th heating up once again. We saw when Floyd initially went to make that move, and he's been battling for it ever since.
Little moment there with our connection. Seems like it's cleared up, though. I know thunderstorms rolling back into the area. You know, it wasn't supposed to rain today. It's rained all day.
Yeah, it's certainly been raining here. That's for sure where I'm at, and hopefully that isn't playing too many issues. Robinson sideways.
The 11
Robinson
down
from
on the
second.
apron. So we'll get 2 to go here at the line, but I think it was Rob Rader battling for second position, maybe some contact.
I think you might be right as they made their way off of the corner, and yeah, the 53 just gets right into the corner of the 11 there, it looks like, at least from that first angle. And, yeah, luckily for Robinson, not too hard into the wall. He's able to forge on, but with no caution, that's going to cost him 9 stage points here. So can't imagine he's a happy driver right now, and I'm sure he's going to both have some words and some actions for the 53 if he's able to get back up there. Rader also lost some momentum from that. He's dropped back to the 6th spot now. So both of them ended up losing out to some degree here as the white flag is out for the opening stage, and Jeremy Burns looks like he is ready to set sail to win this opening one.
It's Lenz and Floyd who battled there for just a moment. Stewart's going to pick up a position, get up to 9th, and the 15 of Trevor Keith will get into the top 10 for the page of stage 1. Jeremy Burns going to win the stage across the line for lap 50.
Big win there for Jeremy Burns in the opening stage. Once he got that track position, he went out and did exactly what he needed to do. Probably helped that the cars that were chasing him down the closest kind of took each other out there with a couple laps to go. But either way, not going to affect Burns all that much as he'll take the opening stage win. Lenz, Floyd, Reed, and Gilbert in that top 5 getting big points here. And, you know, Rader, Picklesheimer, Munoz, Stewart, and Keith also snagging some points. First time I think we've mentioned Trevor Keith here tonight, actually.
Yeah, he's been quiet back there. He's worked up. It's like 19 spots gained for Trevor Keith to get up here. Started deep in this field. But stage 1 winner, Jeremy Burns, going to capitalize on those points. Should see everybody down pit road this time by.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine. No one, I think, staying out here. Even the folks who came down the pit most recently around lap 30 or so. I mean, 20 laps on these tires. May as well throw some fresh ones on, fully fuel up for the next 50 laps ahead.
Open pit road here. And here comes the flood of 30 plus cars into the pit lane.
It looks like a couple takers deep in the field staying out. Although those, I think, are, for the most part, folks who are off the lead lap and will have to wait until next lap to come down pit road. But the leader is now diving into their box. Looks like a clean entry for everyone. We'll see who wins the race off. Does anyone try to get creative and only go with 2? Dakota Floyd, only right sides in the 57, down in the way. He'll retake the lead here of folks who came down pit road that time.
Don't go anywhere. We have more coverage to continue in the Chapman Cup Series in just a moment's time. You are watching the Chapman 300 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. More coverage on Vspeed in just a moment.
Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Hey Dad, did you know that replacing your cooling system reduces repair costs and improves energy efficiency? Plus, it operates more efficiently, which means more money in my pocket. I mean, your pocket. Hey Dad, did you know that a new cooling system is less noisy and has a smart thermostat you can control from your phone?
How'd you get so smart?
Must be from Mom.
When it comes to your home's most important decisions, make the smart choice and trust your local Cedar Rapids Pro partner. We're in your neighborhood, so call today.
Well, we almost went green for stage number 2 when a driver that's been dominant here in the top 5 just got turned. Could have flown across the line on this restart. You saw it there in the side-by-side. Let's take it back. He's got some damage on that left side. Watch this here. Got Burns on the back end, runs into the back of him, just turns him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take one more look at that here. That is, I don't know, that's not something we typically see on these restarts, especially from this lead group. Take one more look here. On board with the 9, and man, yeah, some crazy wheel spin there. I think for the 57 got him all types of bottled up, and he got sideways in a hurry. We saw him take 2 tires, and I wonder if those left sides just did not grab for him.
Lynn's involved in this as well as the 12.
Yeah, Justice Murphy had a hard hit there. We saw him sliding by. It's been a start of the race to forget if you are the 12 of Justice Murphy, being a part of a couple different things now.
And it was the 55 of Justin Ritchie who stayed out. He will be the leader here for this next restart. Some more laps led for Ritchie. Burns, Lenz, Schaefer, Gilbert, the top 5. And the 57 of Floyd down pit road trying to get some of this damage repaired. Looks like it's cleared up enough here for the 57 to come back out on the racetrack. But the start to stage 2 has been rocky so far. We had a couple moments in stage 1 there as well, Alex, that kind of threw us for a loop. Guys going 3 wide. A few different moments where it didn't work out. That wheel spin, yeah, that's pretty minor compared to what we saw here in stage 1.
Yeah, as far as the amount of cars involved, it could have been far worse compared to some of the wrecks we saw early on. But that's the first one we've seen that's really incorporated a lot of the front runners. That has led to a yellow. We also saw that Robinson and Rader incident just before the end of the opening stage, but that one did not result in a yellow flag. But they're going to try to re-rack this thing again. So now Justin Ritchie to the inside of Jeremy Burns. Carter Linz is going to be there with Christopher Schaefer, Caleb Gilbert, Ryan Munoz, Rob Rader, and the 15 of Trevor Keith, I believe, are your front 4 rows as they sit. And definitely some familiar faces and definitely some newcomers here to this this top group on this ensuing restart. We'll see if Justin Ritchie's got the pace here on the strategy call to stay out. We did not really get a chance to see it on that initial attempt as they got maybe 20 feet before the yellow came back out. So we'll see what happens on this go.
So I'm interested to see with Richie on older tires if he has a problem with wheel spin like the 57 did. Could open up the door for the 9 really early into turn 1. Got everybody behind him on fresh tires. We haven't had a chance to unleash it yet, but here we go for stage 2. Let's officially start it. Green flag is out. Back underway.
I think it's got a little dicey at the very back of the field here on that restart, but everyone got moving. Justin Ritchie's going to hold serve up front here, coming off of turn 2. Linz and Burns side by side for second, 3 wide for fourth.
As Schaefer in the middle, Munoz on the outside, Gilbert on the bottom. 81, 23, and 54. 54 is going to benefit. He clears, barely.
Yeah, he'll clear now. Schaefer back to the inside. He's got Munoz still there with him. Does Gilbert hold on to this spot here in the 1? He will. Got a great run up to the back bumper of Carter Linz's 66 machine. As they go back down the back straightaway here, it's 2 and 3 wide as far as you can see from about 4th on back here. Oh, and Raider tagged Trevor Keith. The 53 gets into the corner of the 15 and a hard hit there for TK. That is the face of a very unhappy driver right now. And I can't say I blame him. It was a split second out of the corner of my eye, but it did look like the 53. Very similar to what we actually saw with Robinson and Rader a little while back. But take a look here. This happens going into turn 3. Rader to the inside of Trevor Keith. It looks like there, I think maybe Trevor Keith was trying to slide down a little bit to maybe get a run below Munoz, and Rader was trying to hold tight to the corner there of the 15, not let him drop down, and just not quite enough room to make that maneuver work for either of them. And ultimately, the 15 was the big loser of that exchange.
How about this? Justin Ritchie on 15-lap-old tires, now 24-lap-old tires, is pulled away from Jeremy Burns. 0.7 of a second.
Yeah, absolutely wild. Yeah, he's just setting sail right now. Caleb Gilbert to the back bumper of Jeremy Burns. Now that's 2nd and 3rd. The battle on the racetrack we're watching.
Closest here in the top 10, Schaefer falling down positions. Rob Rader, who just had the contact with the 15, has worked his way up to 5th. Carter Linz in front of him. Car that's starting to pick away, getting back to where he was a moment ago. Dakota Floyd has worked his way up to 14th after restarting back in 23rd.
Yeah, the 57's on a mission right now. Trying to make up some of that lost ground. A little bit of a gap here to the next car in front of him. He's trying to, get to the back bumper of Picklesheimer here in a lap or 2. But he's got some good speed right now as he's trying to, he won the pole. He's definitely got some pace in that 57, but obviously an uphill climb now through traffic. So he's got Picklesheimer there just in front of him. That's that car on the inside. More battling 3 wide off the corner. Parker Johnston right there with Matt Robinson. And they sort that out with Christopher Schaefer pretty handily, but that could have been a little more interesting there going through 1 and 2. Take one more look at it here.
Schaefer got a little loose there.
Yeah, and everyone went roaring on by, pounced on the fact that he was down on speed a little bit. Charlotte's such a momentum-heavy track. Just having one corner where you're off sequence can cost you several positions like we just saw there with Schaefer. who's now back in the 9th position.
Kyle Stewart, who got top 10 stage points, got 9th there at stage 1, up 22 positions. It's been a net gain for Kyle Stewart today. He's been running quiet here in 10th.
Yeah, he got a stage point or two. I believe got 2 stage points there in the opening run. And he's had a lot of speed to get up here, avoided the couple of incidents, and has kind of settled in nicely here with some top 10 pace as he's watching this unfold, trying to get Christopher Schaefer in front of him right now. But it's been a fantastic drive so far for the 10 machine, currently sitting in the same number that his car wields here, going in the 1. These guys are still making phenomenal time, phenomenal speed. I mean, they're still carrying over 190 here into the entry of the corners.
Yeah, and you look here, Justin Ritchie, we'll go on board with him for just a moment. You can see the clean air. This is the telemetry with the number 55. He's still got about 0.4 of a second. Jeremy Bird's starting to shave some of that time away. Last time by Ritchie, a 30.081. Burns a 29, almost a 30 flat, so about 0.08 faster. But watch down the backstretch here with Ritchie. Pay attention to that miles per hour. He's going to hit about 190 if he's lucky. 188 there, I just saw before the corner entry. Now we're going to go back around this racetrack and ride with a driver that's in the draft, and you'll see the difference. On board with Raider. So 188, remember that number. Down the back straightaway with the 53.
This is going to be pretty seismic, I would believe. Oh, no, still 188. I would have thought it was a little bit more, but maybe not the best exit there for the 53.
Yeah, I don't think he got a very good exit there with the cars in front of him running side by side. So, terrible example. Here's an example. Let's try it with this car. He's on a mission, so I'm sure he's going to go really fast down the backstretch.
We'll see. Right now he is side by side with the 10 of Kyle Stewart, who almost made him run out of room there. Floyd, though, hammered down. Yeah, he's pushing 190 there into the corner, even with the car side by side and a little bit of draft, a little bit of side draft alongside that might have been holding that up a bit. He's not stopping the 57 right now, though. He is on a mission. He's not clear of the 10 yet, but he's got about half a car ahead as they continue to work on both the 10, but also they're trying to reel in Parker Johnston here. This is that battle for 11th, 12th, 13th as they run. Off the back bumper right now of the 48, and he has got a mirror full of the rest of the cars trying to break into the top 10.
Oh, 10 gets tagged. He's sideways.
Oh, there he goes. And is he going to be able to save it? He's trying to lock it down back onto the racetrack. And keeps it off the wall. No one hit him, but that is going to bring out the yellow as he was parked in the racing line. And I don't know if anyone got a piece of the wall to avoid him or not, but man, that was close.
I was holding my breath through the whole thing.
Yeah, me too. That was a big incident waiting to happen.
Contact 33 gets into the left rear. He did a great job to try to keep it down there, but this, trying to counter steer it back. Oh my goodness. And he's parked in the middle of the racetrack. Oh, wow. That was Lynn's. Carter Lynn's already has damage. Watch this.
Whoa. Yeah, that was close. That was really, really close there, I believe, for Al Likens, man. That was... Holy. Take one more look here. This is on board with Dylan Picklesheimer. He gets to the inside here of Stewart. 10 got a bit of a run. I think the 33 just barely was coming up the racetrack there Little bit of a tag, just got the 10 out of sorts enough. Stewart with a valiant effort to try to save it, but ultimately does spin around back onto the racetrack. Couple cars tag the wall there to avoid. And there's a few folks at speed who, I mean, it's a miracle they didn't just broadside the 10 there.
The pit stops again. 55 of Richie, who's gained a lot of track position out of this situation. Will we see 2 tires again for some of these cars?
We'll see. A couple of cars very fast down in the way. A lot of folks down in the way here. Burns, Richie, the first 2 off pit road. Then I believe it was Dakota Floyd.
Yeah.
Who continues to try to make up track position here on pit road.
Floyd 6.7 in the box here. About 25 to go in stage 2. I like this. I mean, get yourself back up there, get the points. You got buried deep in this field. A lot of 2-tire calls in the top 10. I don't think this is a bad move.
I don't think so either.
Burns off of pit road, just about 7-8 tenths faster in the box than Richie.
Wow.
Just ahead of the 55 off the exit of pit road. Watch this one more time. We're going to back this up. Watch this race off of pit lane.
Yeah, Richie just barely gets Burns, and then Reed just ahead of Linz. Christopher Schaefer with a good pit stop. Tell you what, the 23 was able to flip that track position, and he's been able to hold it for the most part here. He still runs in the top 10 here after that initial call to try to stay out and flip that track position for himself. So 23's staying ahead of the curve here right now. So he currently is getting ready to roll back off on the outside of row number 3. It's going to be alongside there, the 66 of Carter Linz. We jump a little further back here. There's Jeremiah Nelson, Nick Alves. And the 24 has had one of those days that started really good and just is starting to fall away from him the wrong way. Currently running 19th after qualifying 3rd.
I say part of it, too, he's wearing a full-on sweatshirt. I don't know about you, Alex, but I'd be sweating just driving 300 miles. I don't know if a sweatshirt is what I'd be wanting to wear right now.
He's out here trying to get all the water weight out, you know. It's trying to, you know, it's like going for it's going for a run, you know, wearing a hoodie, or, you know, if you're really committed to trying to lose some weight, like a trash bag or something, just try to sweat it all out. But right now he's sitting in not the spot he'd like to be, but he clearly has got some good pace for where he qualified. So it's just a matter of getting some clean air back on the nose of that race car, and it might come back to life here.
Burns, Richie, Floyd, Reed, and Linz, the top 5 for stage 2. 25 to go. 24 when we cross the stripe. Jimmy Burns on the loud pedal, back underway in the restart zone. On a 2-tire calls in the top 15. Who can do it the best? Linz looking to the outside of Reed, into 1. He's in the wall.
Oh, it's getting interesting here. Floyd to the inside of Richie. Sirkovich to the inside. Not quite, though, of Linz. More side-by-side behind. That's Johnston and Schaefer, who are going to do a little door-to-door action there. Going to shove each other off, keep going into turn 1. Picklesheimer and Richardson just behind them. 2-3 wide all through this middle of the field right now.
Holloway got a little tight there through 1 and 2, pushed up the racetrack. Ends up hemorrhaging 3 spots out of that. Car a little loose. Not liking those 2 tires. Daniel Holloway has his hands full. In the closing laps of stage 2, he's fallen back to 16th. Restarted in 11th. Parker Johnston looking 3 wide into the wall. Look at this outside the top 10. Reeder in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, he is stuck right now. Munoz to the outside. Trying to find his way through the middle a little bit. Gets alongside Schaefer. Now 3 wide as Munoz still hanging around up there. Now Raider to the top side. We're going to put Johnston in the middle. Schaefer down low. And these guys are just shuffling all over the place right now. That is a dangerous place to be here in Charlotte with 20 laps to go on the stages. Caleb Gilbert thought about getting to the inside of Johnson. Didn't work. Almost ran into some serious trouble there. He had to back out. And now he's door-to-door with Munoz.
20 to go in stage 2. 54 in 12th. Gonna look for a 2-for-1 special to the top 10. Shoots the gap into 1. Gets to the outside of Schaefer. Munoz drives by as well. 24 almost gets clipped. Schaefer all over the track. A lot of action here outside the top 10, and it continues.
Yeah, some fantastic battling across the board here. Raider gonna end up to the outside there of Sirkovich. He works his way now to the 7th position. And the top 10 have kind of settled in just enough here. Here comes Nick Alves back on the warpath to the front. He restarted 19th. He's up to 12th now. So he's on the, he's starting to find some speed back in that 24 machine. So he's carrying a lot of speed here. 194 going into turn 1.
Has a real chance here to get some stage 2 points. Got a run on Gilbert coming out of 2. Well, this car was damaged early, Alex. He's had a chance to repair it with the few cautions we've had. And he also has Grant Thornton behind him in the 77, creeping into the picture.
Yeah, that he does. But the 12 having those opportunities to piece this thing back together a little bit, I think has been super helpful for him. Because now that that car is more repaired, we're seeing a lot of that speed that we saw in qualifying for the 24. He just did not really have a chance to showcase it a lot of the early going here in this race, but now to the inside of Richardson. Looking for that 11th spot is Alves. Richardson with a very cool Kyle Busch tribute scheme. Got both the M&Ms and the, I want to say that's the Cheddars scheme for his RCR time. It's a very cool combination. On board here with Richardson.
Now look at that paint scheme on the left-hand side. It's a little bit of everything.
And he's got a little bit of everything going on with the hat and the shirt as well. And so far doing the number 8 some justice here tonight. He's worked his way up to the 13th position, battling for 12th right here. Working that outside. Doing battle here with Grant Thorpe, trying to hold off that 77. Might have to let him go here. No, going to be able to keep the nose in it.
I'm not letting anything go. I mean, I got 14 laps left to get stage top 10.
Yeah. This is, especially when you got a run like that off of turn 2, he kept the throttle down. He's able to hold that spot. Now he's actually pulling the nose ahead here, going back into turn 1. Some great stuff here just outside the top 10. Great battling.
3 wide, just ahead of him. 54 Gilbert. Had Reed, Munoz, put Nick Alves in that. There is 3 wide behind him with the 77 pinching down. That's Justice Murphy on the inside. Shoots the gap. 8 Richardson cut the 77 a break.
Yeah, big time. I think he saved both himself and the 77 there.
They're running out of racetrack now.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it. Murphy and Sirkovich nearly get into it there off of 2. 88 going to hold that spot. More dust clouds getting kicked up back here. That's Holloway and Stewart doing battle. Bennett and Call as well. And there's just action all over the place right now. There's Michael Reed holding on to the 8th spot right now. Holding off Caleb Gilbert for 9th. As Sirkovich is going the wrong way fast here and dropping him outside of the top 10 now.
On board with Dakota Floyd. He's worked his way back up to 6th with a strategy on pit road. And I'll give kudos to the 57. I'll also give kudos to this guy right here. He's been running at 2nd spot. That call to stay out on the racetrack got him 22 laps led. and he has ran in the top 3 ever since. He's within half a second of Jeremy Burns. Justin Ritchie is looking phenomenal in Stage 2. Will we see him in Stage 3 to contend for this win?
Tell you what, yeah, it's been a really good day for Justin Ritchie. Something we've seen, I think, is like when some of these cars get track position, they've done a good job holding on to it, especially a car like Justin Ritchie, who already had some pace before this thing got going. And he has just settled in nicely here to P2. He's a half second off of the race leader, Jeremy Burns, and he's looking bad fast so far. You see a good battle here, Sirkovich and Turner down the back straightaway. This is the battle for 18th. Yeah, they're going to see how far this thing will carry him. Outside of the initial couple of laps that really kind of slowed things up a little bit, they've been running green since. And for those who, yeah, it's going to be a stretch, I think, to make it all the way, as I think we lost the onboard here with Grant Turner.
Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Hey Dad, did you know that replacing your cooling system reduces repair costs and improves energy efficiency? Plus it operates more efficiently, which means more money in my pocket. I mean, your pocket. Hey Dad, did you know that a new cooling system is less noisy and has a smart thermostat you can control from your phone?
How'd you get so smart?
Must be from Mom.
When it comes to your home's most important decisions, make the smart choice and trust your local Cedar Rapids Pro partner. We're in your neighborhood, so call today.
Well, we will have live telemetry in just a moment's time. There we go. We're back to the live feed. A little crash out there. Out of the usual. Covering a lot of races. Probably over 10,000 miles in the last 6 months. And haven't had a single hiccup like that before.
The beautiful thing about live production is that there's always like one thing. And it's never the same thing. You know, like every show, there's one different thing. And unfortunately, that one was fairly critical.
Yeah,
but luckily, we're back and good to go.
You got 3 things in every show: audio, video, and internet. And if any one of those 3 cease to exist, you get a commercial break. When in doubt,
well, we're just about here at the end of stage 2. Jeremy Burns 0.8 clear of Justin Ritchie. It looks like it'll be a stage sweep here for the 9 as we go on to the last lap of stage 2. But tell you what, that 55, he's had a lot of speed here today, man. I tell you what, I'm excited to see what he brings in the back half of this race. As, you know, we are just about at the halfway point of the longest race on the calendar.
Robinson side by side with Carter Lenz as we get ready to cross the stripe for lap 100. 66 with the right front damage, still able to clear. And it's Jeremy Burns with stage 2. Second stage of the day goes to the number 9.
Tell you what, it has been systematic up front here for the 9. The laps led's going to look a little off here, folks, just because of this, you know, this reset. Obviously, Jeremy Burns has led more than 7 laps here today.
It's somewhere around like 80, 90, somewhere there.
He led about 20 or so in that opening stage, so I would say probably around 65-ish probably to this point, maybe 70. But he has definitely been the car to beat here through the opening 2 stages. It's been a great drive for the 9 thus far.
Able to get back into the session pretty quickly, but there you have it with your top 10. Burns, Ritchie, Rader, Lenz, and Robinson on the top 5. Floyd getting 6th place this time. Gilbert, Munoz, Nelson, and Pimitat getting into the top 10. So both stages go to Jeremy Burns. Will it be a sweep for this one? This is actually our 5th caution of the night. And I want to say we had somewhere around 3 or 4 lead changes before the end of this. All that telemetry.
Yeah, there's been a couple. Few pit road ones.
Yeah. So some information will be incorrect here tonight. I just want to establish that. What I did get right tonight is the top right corner on your screen. So that was the most important one.
Got that one at least. We know where we're at.
Yeah. Down on pit road, everybody coming in this time by. And the 9 of Jeremy Burns leads him in. I don't expect to see anybody taking 2 tires on this one. It was about 30 laps on the stint here. Would expect everyone with 4 tires. This is a long stage for the end.
Yeah, this will be a longer run. We'll definitely see a couple pit stops here in the run down to the end of this thing, as Burns, Ritchie win the race off the pit road, then Rob Ritter, and yeah, it's
Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson got out there ahead of Pamitat and Caleb Gilbert. I want to say were the 3 cars involved in that one. Whether it's pit road or the racetrack tonight, Bradley, we are getting a lot of fun 3-wide action.
Might have been Gilbert
look at
there.
That. Yeah, Caleb Gilbert, I think, just got out ahead of Nelson, who I think just got out ahead of Pamitat.
So it's been a good show so far. 100 laps completed, 2 stages in the longest race of the season, Charlotte Motor Speedway. With Jeremy Burns getting the sweep on both stage wins. Got a lot of hungry cars behind him, but the clean air seems like it's been key. It's really been key at all of these intermediates, these 1.5 mile racetracks in this next-gen stock car. You get out front, and it doesn't seem to matter what you have on tires. You can conserve a lot. Saw it with Ritchie there earlier. Saw it with 57 of Floyd, got out to the front, pulled away. Now you're seeing it with Jeremy Burns.
You know, fresh air does wonders for these next-gen cars, and that might continue to be the case here. Burns and Ritchie, that front row, I mean, that's a fast group. Where my eyes sit, though, is that second row. Rader and Robinson. Last time these guys were running in the top 5 with each other, Bradley, the 11 ended up getting, dare I say, turned out of the way. Cost the 11 a lot of track position. It's been an uphill battle for them to get back up here. Wonder how these two are going to race each other now that they've reunited in the top 5.
Just trying to keep things together here on the broadcast. If we do have any hiccups, we notice that nothing else cut out. So I know that it's probably just a simulator issue, some kind of port, something like that. You know, the nerdy things that we do behind the scenes we don't like to talk about here in the live show. So I'll try to get that resolved while we go for 100 laps. It's going to be just shy of that, 96 for stage 3 to the finish of this event. The Chapman 300, stage 3 underway with Jeremy Burns leading him into turn 1, back underway. The green flag is out and a wheel spin on the outside line. What a recovery there from Richie.
Yeah, he'll settle into third. Raider jumps up to second and then lost a bit of momentum going through 2. As cars are hitting the wall hard there. I want to say that was Caleb Gilbert who got a big piece of the wall there coming off of turn 2. As they try to sort this thing out here inside the top 10. Cold track, cold night here tonight here in Charlotte.
That was the 54 of Gilbert. Can confirm that tagged the wall there. We've got side by side with Reed. The 33 of Picklesheimer. They door touch. Actually, it's the 87 of Pamitat. Picklesheimer a little bit farther behind here. Very similar paint schemes on these cars.
Yeah, that is quite similar. There's Picklesheimer on the back bumper there of Johnston. Now there's Pamitat looking on Reed, not going to be able to make the passes. Rob Rader's going for the lead here on Jeremy Burns. Side by side off of turn 2. Oh, Raider was in the wall there. Burns, though, not giving up the top spot so easily. Side by side they run, and the caution's out.
Joe Joya involved. Down pit road, Trevor Earhart, Fred Pennington.
And Trevor Earhart's still wrecking.
Car's destroyed. This time might be done for good. Can't get it back to pit road.
Yeah, that left front's all types of caved in. Nothing has come to a rest here in between the infield grass and the track. Taking another look at it here. There's the 41 of Earhart. This is going into 3 and 4. Looks like Joy and Pennington get together before that, and man, nowhere for Earhart to go. He tried getting all the way down as low as he could go, but unfortunately that's where the 30 was at as well. So let's take a look here to see what happened with Pennington and Joya. And I think it's a classic case of car in the wall, car moves up to take up the space, and they connect. And man, hard shunt there for the 41.
On board with Earhart. Bald guys never have a bad hair day, I believe is on that tag behind his name.
That is a phenomenal expression. They also save a lot of money on shampoo.
Yes. Unfortunately, not going to save a lot of money here on this problem here for Earhart.
Nah, that is you're not buffing that one out.
No. At the field kind of intermingles, and some of these cars that are getting damage repaired from earlier in this race. Michael Bennett down into his stall. Quite a few takers on pit road to repair some patchwork on the damage. Schaefer out and away. Richardson, Johnston, looks like the 88 of Sirkovich. He was involved in one early. Turner down to his stall as well. It's Rob Raider with the lead after tagging the wall coming out of turn 2. He was able to get it.
Taking a look here another time at the battle with the 9 and the 53.
This next lap, he's really going to set it up. He gets a good run out of 4. Gets to the outside into 1. And that's how you got to do it.
Yeah, and you know, these guys were side by side this whole lap leading to the yellow. It was just who was going to have the nose ahead at the time of caution. Racing has determined that was indeed the 53, but I mean, yeah, you could see how much Raider was going for it there off the wall, off of Burns, when he is He has been a little bit all over the place tonight. I mean, we've seen him tangle with a few different cars and a couple of different walls here, but it hasn't slowed him down, and he is now the race leader.
Yeah, and it's this timing mark going into 3. You watch right here. He's going to cross this timing mark right here with the lead, and we'll look at this from the blimp camera. We'll try to. And try to find the best angle of this. Right there. That's the best one I got for you.
I mean, so that shows it pretty clear as day.
Yeah,
that he had the nose ahead at the line, and you don't have to get much further than that. You see, the lights are still green on the caution lights here, but immediately after we resume, they switch to yellow. So, yeah, Raider maybe the splitter, the difference between who was going to be the leader of the race here.
He will be the command car for this restart with 90 laps to go when we go back green. Gonna elect to start on the inside. The sweep there from Burns got both the stages. The initial start of the race going to your pole sitter, the 57 of Dakota Floyd. Some laps led with the 55 of Justin Ritchie. All the cars that have led laps today are up here in the top 4.
It's a good place to be. It's a fast group. The pace car peels off. Raider and Burns ready to go back at it.
Green flag back underway. 90 laps to go in stage 3 to complete this race. A great restart for Raider. Ritchie on the back bumper of the 9. Floyd's going to look for second. Great run for Floyd down the back stretch. He will have the nose advantage into 3. Can he complete the pass? They're 3 wide offset in the background.
Yeah, there we go. The energy definitely picked up here a little bit on this restart. Floyd and Burns side by side. Ritchie side by side with Robinson. I mean, they are 2 and 3 wide the whole way back outside the top 20 as Burns is going to hit the wall there, and he took the entire outside lane with him going off the corner. I think 3 or 4 cars at least clipped it off of 2.
While these run side by side, Raiders running away.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The 53 starting to check out a little bit with all these cars side drafting each other.
Floyd keeps the nose into the entry of 1, but it's on borrowed time. He cannot complete this pass. He's going to continue to run as you watch Joe Joya come back out onto the racetrack. Side-by-side drag racing. Onto the back end. Floyd still with a nose into 3.
Yeah, they not letting this position go easily. Burns with the nose ahead off of 4, but is he going to be able to clear him? That's the question. Not quite yet as they go back into 1. Floyd with a good run on entry, pulls back alongside. And it's just going to glue himself to the side of the 9 here, trying to side draft him, keep him in range. And this is, I think the biggest concern is this is going to be burning up both of these cars' stuff a little bit here. Whoever wins this battle, they're not going to have as much tire as I think they'd like to go chase down the 53. As Burns finally holds on to the position here, he'll clear the 57 for second.
The Floyd falls back. It's Ryan Munoz and the 55 of Justin Ritchie side by side for the 5th spot. Ritchie gets clear just barely. He's going to slot down below. The 11's going to block the line. We look 3 wide into 3 and 4.
Oh, this is going to get a little tight coming off the corner. Everyone finds a spot, though. Now Reed applying the pressure to Munoz as Ritchie trying to find a way to hold on to this spot. It's down to the apron, forcing the pass to have to come up high. And Munoz just barely gets in front of the 91. A little over-under now for Reed, who thought about getting low, now back behind the 81. Oh, he just drives it in there. Don't know from that angle if he had any help or not, but Munoz in the fence, and he's got some serious damage.
Munoz on the radio, not happy.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him. I don't know if the 91 had any help because we were on the onboard, but no, it doesn't look like it. He just tried getting down on there. And granted, the 81 wasn't down fully on the apron, but there was not a car width there, I think, to try to make that pass work.
And Reed maybe not happy with Munoz sliding up in front of him.
I can't say I'd blame him for that either. There was probably about 0.8, 0.8 of a car's width there. You saw the 91 put both of the left side tires down on the painted blue line. And maybe because he showed that he was looking to go low, he thought he was going to have a little bit more room, and that just wasn't the case. But either way, that is going to leave both of these drivers, I think, a little heated. Munoz especially, because he was the big loser of that exchange. Some heavy damage and dropped outside the top 20.
Beautiful camera angles provided here by Dougie Beard. You're watching the Racing Revolution in the Chapman Cup Series, the Chapman 300. Stage 2 completed with Jeremy Burns leading both of them. Telemetry a little bit off here tonight. A crash out, but it should total out to about 6 cautions with the stage breaks and the yellows that have fallen here tonight. We're side by side around the 5th through 7th position.
Here comes Justin Ritchie, lone car to the inside, battling with the inside of Reed. This is for 5th. Reed trying to take that spot away. He will. 91, I think, is taking a page out of the book of the 53 here and just deciding that, the more aggressive you can be without putting yourself in the fence, the more success you're going to find. That's how Raider worked in front, and now that's how the 91 has worked his way to the top 5.
He's got the 11 of Reed, or actually Robinson. Reed has Robinson in front of him. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, Robinson, Reed, and Ritchie, 4, 5, 6. There's a lot of alliteration going on there. That's a bit of a commentator's worst nightmare.
My brain's still working for now. still got a lot of laps left.
Yeah, we are taking away the laps here, though. 120 laps in and change of this 200-lap race.
We haven't seen one thing tonight. That's green flag pit stops.
No, we have not. And, we almost didn't see it again there if what happened between Reed and Munoz ended up being a yellow, but it was not the case, similar to what we saw with Robinson and Raider earlier on. So we might see some green flag pit stops here. If so, I would have to imagine it's going to be in about, 15-ish, 20 laps. That's probably where we'd be looking for them. So they still have a little ways to go here, but good battle going there. And Robinson has got a door full of the 91 right now.
Ritchie waiting patiently to try to decide who to go with. Is it going to be Reed? Is it going to be Robinson? He'll take his own line. 3 wide to the bottom. Look at this run.
There comes Ritchie to the inside in 3. 55 looking low, down on the apron, 91 up high. So Robinson escape just for now. Right back on the attack goes Michael Reed. And we got some fun battling going on there. And look at Brandon Pamitat, who's working his way into this battle. Him and Jeremiah Nelson now run 7th and 8th.
It's allowing some of these other cars to sneak back into this battle. Down the backstretch. Pamitat looking strong.
Him and Nelson putting together a strong back half of the race so far. They sit 7th and 8th. Caleb Gilbert, Justice Murphy rounds out your top 10 right now. And Dakota Floyd starting to make a little bit of headway here to the race leader, Rob Raider. That gap now down to about 1/3 of a second. It's the lowest it's been in a little while. As he has gotten clear of Burns and company, as Burns has kind of fallen back into the clutches of Robinson and the freight train that's forming behind him.
We've touched on it a few times this season, but I've been really impressed with the improvement compared to last year. Watching the 31 of Jeremiah Nelson and Ruth Ann. I can't read that out loud, but I did laugh at it.
Jumping on board here with Jeremiah Nelson, currently sitting in that 7th spot. He's in just a decent bit here. He's had an opportunity to use a little bit of draft, reel in Justin Ritchie without, without too much traffic in the way right now. It's a clean shot up to the 55.
And 300 miles is a long way. I think nobody is a stranger to knowing that I have a few extracurriculars when I broadcast. In a longer race like this, I'm not going to stop. You can't slow down here on Vspeed, so
certainly
just gotta keep it going.
Absolutely, as we're just about at the 2/3 mark of this one. About 4 more laps, we'll hit the 200 miles of our 300-mile event here tonight. Taking a look here, that's Michael Bennett looking maybe to the inside of Stewart, but that gap closed just as fast as it formed. Got Grant Turner working his way into the picture as well. And I tell you what, if we start seeing green flag pit stops, the guy to keep an eye on for sure is that 39. He's won a couple of these on strategy this year, and both of those wins have come with some green flag pit stop trickery. So I'm very curious to see if we do get there, what the 39 might have in store here tonight. He's had some good speed, not some great speed though. Currently running in the 19th spot, although we have seen him run as high as the back part of the top 10.
That's a beautiful car.
Oh, yellow's
Caution.
out. Trying to figure out for who. Oh, Daniel Holloway, that is not where you want to be.
Parked in the wall here, the entry at turn 1.
It's an interesting place to be sideways. What happened here to the 21, Holloway? So this is coming off of 4, I believe. It's battling with Schaefer and with Sirkovich. Oh, and he gets a little bit of contact there with the 23. Around he goes. So how does he end up in the turn 1 wall? Because he's got to point in the right direction at this point.
Trying to hit the throttle.
Man.
A lot of debris on the tires, and here comes the field.
And yeah, you see he actually revved it up to put it into the wall more to make sure he didn't roll back down the racetrack as the leaders were coming on by.
Justin Ritchie. No,
Yeah.
That was actually Kyle Stewart. Take that
Yeah,
back.
that was someone playing with fire a little bit.
Well, he didn't see it until it was too late.
Yeah, he was right there, man. And at that point, I mean, he hadn't downshifted yet. He was off the throttle, but I mean, he's still probably going about 150, 160 there as he nearly collects Holloway. But that's going to give an opportunity for the leaders to come down pit road just ahead of when they would have needed to on green flag cycling. So big stop here, try to get some track position in this lead pack.
A lot of beautiful paint schemes out here on the racetrack tonight. Raider finds his stall. And this is another opportunity. We might see some 2 tire calls for track position.
Oh, no 2 tire call there from Raider. 1 from Caleb Gilbert, though. The 54 down in the way. Same with Dakota Floyd, and I think Floyd just barely beat him out.
Nick Alves also on 2 tires. So track position games here. We're going to take another quick break here on Vspeed. You are watching the Chapman Cup Series, Racing Revolution in the Chapman 300. Back with more in just a moment.
Hey Dad, did you know that replacing your cooling system reduces repair costs and improves energy efficiency? Plus, it operates more efficiently, which means more money in my pocket. I mean, your pocket. Hey Dad, did you know that a new cooling system is less noisy and has a smart thermostat you can control from your phone?
How'd you get so smart?
Must be from Mom.
When it comes to your home's most important decisions, make the smart choice and trust your local Cedar Rapids Pro partner. We're in your neighborhood, so call today.
Welcome back here. Lap 135 underway. Dakota Floyd on 2 tires. A lot of 2-tire calls in this top 5 and some wheel spin for Caleb Gilbert into 1.
And things got immediately 3 wide behind him. Nick Alves, Rob
4 wide.
Rader. Oh, man, that ain't going to work. They got to sort that one out. Reed going to be now in 3 wide with Nelson and Richie. And Justin Ritchie, just for a split second, thought about getting onto Robinson. He makes contact with the 91. Big save, though, from Reed. He keeps it pointed the right direction. We stay green. Boy, oh, boy.
If we have time, we'll get back on a replay.
I'll try to take another look at it here. It's just a touch of contact there as 55 gets unglued from the apron. Good save, though, from Reed. Miraculously, that does not collect any other cars.
It's not over yet in the top 10. Look at all the 2-tire calls. Floyd with the lead, pulling away from Rader, side by side with Alves. You got the 9 of Burns, your stage 1 and stage 2 winner, trying to get his way back to the front.
Yeah, Burns now back up the 3rd, Robinson 4th, Alves sitting in 5th. It's the highest he's run basically since the start of this thing. But Richie just goes right around him on the outside. Power move from the 55. Here comes Nelson. 24 seems to be down on speed a little bit here off that set of corners.
And maybe that 2-tire call, you know, it's all about conservation in the long run. But I hope if you're a Jeremy Burns fan, he's conserved something, because it's going to take a
yellows out
wild
Grant
effort.
Thorpe. 77 hard into the backstretch wall. He's not the only one. Kyle Stewart also sideways at the entrance of turn 3. And oh man, just when things were getting really interesting up front.
Reed's involved. Believe the 91 of Michael Reed just got tagged in that.
And we'll take a look here. Looks like, yeah, just a little bit of contact there with Picklesheimer and Thorpe. And then Reed gets a piece of it as well. Looks like Sirkovich takes a hard hit there. I think they may have legitimately been 4 wide for a moment off of 2. As Bennett tried working the top side. And yeah, as Reed comes back into the racetrack, man, hard hit there for him, hard hit for Stewart. Richardson made some contact, but was able to weave through the rest of it. Man.
On board with the 39 of Grant Turner. Well done, Turner.
Man. Yeah, that is, can't get it much closer than that.
So plenty of time to repair this damage, but lap 140 underway. Coming up on that 60 to go mark. Dakota Floyd has led a lot of laps, but he's had to fight his way back on track position. Had that wheel spin there on a restart, got shuffled deep back into this field, but every time has capitalized with strategy, whether it was a 2-tire call or staying out, whatever the case might have been. The 57 has found his way back to the front here. He has played a lot of strategy games to get to this position, and Alex, I'd like to dial him up for a second.
Absolutely, let's do it. Let's bring him up. Let's see, where is he? All right, I've got him.
There we go. Dakota Floyd, it's Bradley Cooper, Alex Gagnon in the broadcast booth. We were just making mention there a moment ago. You've had to do strategy after strategy to claw your way back. You've maximized points. You've gotten good stage points for both. That wheel spin mistake there on that one restart, you've got your way back to the lead. This one's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, a roller coaster I think is an understatement. I mean, I've seen a little bit of everything tonight. So my hope is we can actually bring us home in P1 or at least on the podium, top 5, something to at least salvage the day. We've led a lot of laps, so hopefully we can keep it that way.
You come out here with a win under your belt. Deep into this season now, what's it going to take to seal the deal here at Charlotte?
Well, we got to make it on fuel, first of all. We're a couple laps short here, and we got to fight off these hungry cars.
Did you say strategy?
Yep, more strategy. More strategy. More strategy to figure out. But yeah, I got a lot of hungry cars behind me, so it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. So hopefully we pick the right one and we bring home victory lane.
Well, Dakota, good luck out there. We're double back up on the back stretch. We'll maybe get to talk to you post-race.
Hopefully.
Orange Speed, right?
Yes. Yep.
57 Dakota Floyd. Your pole sitter here tonight. 57. Looking to capitalize on this final run. He has the 53 of Rob Rader. Before that caution came out, we were starting to approach green flag pit stops. That yellow coming out with the 10 of Kyle Stewart involved. The 91 of Michael Reed. We're going to go back under green with around 25 cars still on the lead lap.
Here we go.
Started with 34 of them here tonight. 300-mile race is taking its toll on a lot of these drivers. A great restart for Floyd. He jumps out about 0.2 of a second, and it's side by side for second spot. Rader and Burns.
Yeah, Burns with a great run through 1 and 2. He'll slide right up and take that spot away from Rader. He's now up to P2. Robinson going to try to follow suit here. Easier said than done as the 53 getting some good momentum on that high side. He'll settle back to third as they're side by side behind him.
Look who's creeping back into the top 5. Al Likens. That car was destroyed in the first stage of this race. He has nursed it back to health. It's back to 100%. 5th place for the 13.
And 13, man, that is a car that is really coming back to life here later on. On board now with Likens as he's right on the back bumper of Robinson, man. This has been a wild drive here for the 13 tonight.
We just talked to Dakota Floyd. He's went through the same thing. Had an incident early in the race. Has since recovered. Side by side for third. Robinson, Rader.
Robinson looking to the inside here through the quad oval. Shortest way around the track down there. However, not going to carry as much momentum on corner exit. Will he be able to slide up in front of him here? Not quite. And these guys running side by side. They've already got a history here this evening.
That run to the outside. Floyd not able to escape this time. Battle for the lead. Burns on the outside. He's done it better than everyone else tonight. That's where you want to be.
There. Yeah, he's there. He just will need to clear him. As Robinson clears Rader for third. Now Likens going to clear Rader for fourth. But all eyes on this lead battle is Burns going to go back to the point here as we make our way to lap 147. Dakota Floyd, though, going to try to hold on. Big block to the 11 on corner entry as he looks now to the inside of the 9. And this top 5, they are going to war right now.
It's not over yet. Coming up on 50 laps left in a 300-mile race. It all comes down to this. You can lead a stage, you can lead the points. None of it means anything. This is a crown jewel race in the season 2026. The 5-time champion in the background.
Yeah, Floyd's back to the point here. And now Robinson with a great run to the inside. He's alongside Burns for second. Gonna tuck back in. Ritchie now to the inside, potentially, of Raider. That 53 had a lot of speed early. Starting to slip a little bit the wrong direction as he's back to 5th. Now some battling here. There's Schaefer and Caleb Gilbert. This is the battle for 16th.
There's a lot of chaos back here in the 16th position. Gilbert, remember, took those 2 tires, ends up on 4 tires. Didn't get a good stop there on that one. It was 31.5 down the lane. Might have had some problems getting to his pit box. But the 54 is falling back to the clutches of Christopher Schaefer. You also have Nick Alves, who took 2 tires on that other stop. Looks like 2 tires for the last one as well, and it just hasn't benefited. Some of these guys, it's strange to me. Some of these guys are able, as Floyd actually took the lead back here from the 9. We got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, there's a good battle going on here. As you see, there's the 57 sliding back out in front. And that's where he's going to be currently running here, as he's got that lead. I tell you what, though, this top 5 is getting real interesting, as Al Likens now trying to make a move for 3rd on Matt Robinson. The 13 now with that draft on the outside takes that spot away. Likens up to 3rd. He might be going right to 2nd. He looked to the inside big time there on the inside of the 9. And he might be able to keep the nose there, Bradley. He is, I mean, that 13 of Al Likens has come alive in this last run.
Well, he might have had a bad fast car. We never got to see it. He had damage from the very start. So the 13 just now getting that all repaired, running all over the back end of Jeremy Burns. Burns with 2 stage wins has been fast as well. It's the 57-9, 53, and the 55 that have been dominant here today. But now all shuffled around. Raider quiet behind the 11, trying to figure out a way around him.
Trying to work that middle high lane. Robinson went up there with him, put some dirty air on the nose of that 53. Back in the 5th gear now. Raider goes down, shifting the 4th. Very active on the shifter here for the 53. As Ritchie was taking a peek to the inside, but no dice. Robinson back on the attack here for 3rd. He might get that spot back from Likens, as a huge run from Raiders going to pull him alongside the 13 now. On-board shot here with the 53, as he's going to be able to clear Likens that time. Ritchie now to the outside of the 13 as well. Jeremy Burns, though, right back in the tire tracks of Dakota Floyd. Back up to that higher side, looking for the lead here off of turn 2. He's going to have a bit of a run down the back straightaway.
Unable to do anything with it, though, Alex. Dirty air on the nose of the 9. Pushes up to the outside. Has to back out of it. You're Floyd right now. You want this race to stay green all the way to the end. We're still in strategy mode as well. I believe Floyd said about 2 laps short on the end of this race. And some of these guys in the top 10 might be considering fuel save. Let's check in. Oh, car sideways. That's Jeremiah Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson with a big spin back onto the racetrack. Oh, and Munoz tags him. Oh, and so does Schaefer. And that is for sure bringing out the yellow. Parts of sheet metal are flying everywhere here at Charlotte Motor Speedway on lap 157. Started with Nelson going around, and then got collected by a couple of cars. First Munoz, then Schaefer. Take a look here. There's the 31. He was battling Carter Linz here in the back half of the top 10.
Lynn's creeped up on him.
Nowhere to go. Big spin, but he was able to save it, but the momentum carried him back onto the racetrack into 3. And then Munoz and Schaefer get a big piece of him. Oh, man, that's a hard hit right there.
Also a hard hit here for the 23.
I'll take a look here with Schaefer as well. He was battling with Nick Alves at the time. That's a tough situation as a driver because you're not entirely sure where that car is going to go, especially when there was contact that just kind of spun him sideways. But yeah, Schaefer not able to get up to the wall in time, and we'll get a piece of him there. Brings out, I want to say, our 6th caution of the night, or at least 6th maybe naturally occurring. I don't entirely know that number off the top of my head.
I think it's going to put us at our 8th caution of the night. But Floyd came down pit road. He's going to come back out around the 3rd spot. This should put him good to go on fuel. Let's say they were 2 laps short before we went green, and then with those green flag laps, might have been 3 or 4 laps short. Makes me wonder, you know, the 9 of the 66, they're fully capable of saving enough fuel with this caution, but they're going to have to commit to saving through the run.
Yeah. And I tell you what, anytime we've seen a fuel save race so far this season, things typically have gotten weird at the end, so really curious to see how this goes. Michael Call going to dip down pit road. A lot of folks now thinking about it. Lycan's going to stop. He's one of the few, though. Do think that is very interesting and definitely something to keep an eye on.
Will we double back up? Strategies being played here tonight. It's come down to fuel strategy a few times in the last 5 or 6 weeks. 12 races into the season. Some new names in victory lane. Grant Turner in there twice. Strategy from Dakota Floyd has been immaculate to get his way back up into the top 3. Brandon Pamitat in the 87 has been phenomenal. You got Justin Ritchie and Rob Rader deep into this field. They've played some strategy a couple times in the track position. Grant Turner going to hover around the top 10. Don't sleep on that 39 to figure this out.
No, I mean, if there's anyone, especially knowing the context of the race that this might be turning into, if we get a long run to end it, and you never know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Just does feel like the way things have gone this year, particularly on these long runs to the end where fuel distance is a question. Here we go, though.
300-mile race. It's a lot of opportunities to make a mistake. This is another one. The restart for the 9. Perfect. Flawless for the Metroplex Toyota into turn 1.
About 90 miles here to go tonight. No, that's wrong. That 40 laps, 60 miles to go. There we go. I saw the 160 and my brain defaulted to 60 laps to go. There we go. Math, always a struggle up here in the Vspeed booths. We're watching Grant Turner here battling with Nick Alves and Dylan Picklesheimer. This is just outside the top 10. They're about 11th, 12th, 13th as they run.
You're also going to watch Jeremy Burns on the fuel. That's the part that I'm questioning right now. The fuel. Carter Lenz looks like he might be in save mode. Keep an eye on the RPMs. No clutch here. But it's backing up the corners a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, maybe not an aggressive amount of save, but just a little bit here from the 66 as he's currently battling Justin Ritchie for that 4th spot on the racetrack. Meanwhile, up front for the lead, Dakota Floyd, Jeremy Burns duking it out for the lead side by side as they go in the 1.
We've seen this before, the 57 and the 9. They went back and forth all night. The 11 has been calmly behind it all night long. He's going to get the run off the 2.
Yeah, and he's now alongside Burns for that 2nd spot, down to the apron here in 3. Robinson takes that spot away. He's now running in 2nd, trying to chase down Dakota Floyd. The pole sitter trying to get some distance, but it's not working as here comes the field. Justin Ritchie to the inside of Burns in 1.
Ritchie will take the 3rd spot. That tells me the 9 is in save mode. The same with the 66. These guys might be short on fuel.
They're already starting to think about how this thing's going to play out to the end. Floyd's got the lead. Here comes Robinson. Ritchie applying some pressure as well.
Burns in the wall in the background.
Yeah, Bennett's around. So is Caleb Gilbert. Al Likens caught up in it, and he was the car who had fueled up there and was going full tilt trying to make his way back to the front. And that is a huge incident, but that is going to help that fuel number for everybody else even more so. Take a look here. This is coming off of turn 2 is where this unfolds. Watch right now the battle between Pamitat and Bennett. Caleb Gilbert in there as well. And yeah, Bennett just gets a little bit loose, gets a little bit of help, and then just keeps shuffling his way up the track.
I think the 14 might have tagged the apron there, Alex. Then 54 got into the back of him. Let's watch on board. Gilbert.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. And then there goes the 54 around. Hard hit there for Caleb Gilbert. And what was shaping up to be a pretty good day. He had been running, around that 5th to 10th spot most of the evening. But that's some heavy damage there for the 54, and might be not enough time here to get that thing fully patched up to get it back up to speed. Got a new look here in this top 3 now, Bradley, though, with Dakota Floyd, Matt Robinson, and Justin Ritchie. Is just about everybody coming down pit road here. Does anybody chance it? Looks like Michael Call and a couple other cars, but basically everyone here on this lead strategy going to pit now and get themselves enough juice to make it to the end, no problem.
Michael Call in the 5. Been kind of out of contention all race long. He's getting one of those laps back, but the 5 going to go on by. Down and away for the 57. Going to beat the 11 out of pit road.
The 11 and the 55 hold serve in 2nd and 3rd behind Dakota Floyd. All of them were a fuel-only stop there. 5 seconds was the number for basically everybody. Reed getting some damage repaired. Carter Linz and Parker Johnson, some longer stops. Looks like Kyle Stewart with a full 4-tire change. Tell you what, this is shaping up to be a very fascinating end to this race, especially now that I do not believe that the 57 is going to be the control car.
Actually, the 5 will go on a wave around here, so 57 of Floyd will be the top car.
Well, ignore me. I thought the 5 was still on the lead lap. That's my bad.
We got to get you back on ATVO, buddy. We got to get you back.
Well, what's crazy is I had it in front of me, and I just didn't see it, and that's even worse.
300-mile race. Even we make mistakes. I mean, One of those laps coming back to the 5, though. He'll be 1 lap down now. And should be the only car a lap down. You have Al Likens, who's now 3 laps down, involved in that incident. A lot of cars out of the race with Joe Joya, Likens, Forget, Nelson destroyed, Schaefer, Munoz. All coming back around the racetrack now in the 5. Justice Murphy on pit road, 19 laps down. Fred Pennington as well. 2 cars coming back out on the racetrack. Caleb Gilbert's got some heavy damage. Still on the lead lap, though, in 19th. So we're double back up.
When we get going, it'll be just over 30 laps to go to settle this one. Just about a full run. Although I don't think we've only run about 30 laps once here tonight. Everything else has been a bit of a shorter run, so odds are is that this will not be the last restart of the night, but we're close enough where you can't guarantee that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how these guys handle it and how aggressive they're going to be out of the gate. Knowing that there's still some time, but not a ton.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity to turn up those volume knobs, find that remote control, and let's get maxed out here on Vspeed. Maxed out here on Vspeed. The battle for the lead there between Robinson. Robinson hit the wall. Justin Ritchie has worked his way up to 3rd. Closing laps here from Charlotte.
And we're being treated to a good one right now. Floyd trying to hold on. Robinson, Ritchie, Rader, Picklesheimer. Your top 5 is the 33. Looks to the inside of Rader here. Oh, for 4. Not a lot of room. It's the highest we've seen the 33 run this evening, and can't ask for a better time for it with 25 laps to go coming up in just a moment.
When you have 200 plus miles to practice, you put it all into full motion here. Down the back straightaway, 33 almost got clear of Rob Rader.
Battle going here. 33 not quite clear yet, but continues to work the inside. Burns and Linz battling now for 6th. It's up front. Matt Robinson reeling in Dakota Floyd a good bit here. The gap now only 1/10 of a second. Now back up the 2. It shrunk down to about 11/100ths just a moment ago. And now Ritchie thought about the inside. Now going to the outside. Little fake left, go right, and trying to get a nose alongside, just not quite able to do so. And that's going to cost them both a little bit of time here. And now Raider right to the back bumper of the 55 gives him a shot in the one.
They try to sort this out. I'm kind of holding my breath here, Alex, because anything can happen in this gaggle of cars for 4th all the way back to 8th. Lynn's there on the outside. 55 of Richie gets a little bit tight. Raider's going to get to the outside. Picklesheimer's going to decide who he wants to go with. Lynn's will go to the outside. A lot of shuffling here.
A lot of shuffling indeed. Floyd's got the advantage. Raider, Richie still side by side for 3rd. Now Raider clears him. The 53 into 3rd, Robinson into 2nd. The last time these guys ran for 2nd and 3rd, the 11 got a bit of contact there when the 53 got him in the left rear. We'll see what happens here. Definitely no love lost between the 11 and the 53, and now these laps are meaning more than ever, as Dakota Floyd continues to do just enough to hold on to this lead.
Raider able to clear for 3rd, side-by-side with Parker Johnston. That's the 8 of Brandon Richardson on the outside of the 48. Reed back in the picture. How about that for a top 10?
He's had himself a crazy day, that is for sure. And now running in the 10th spot, looking for 9th, trying to get around Parker Johnston. 48 trying to hang with him there in the 3. He will. Door to door they go through 3 and 4. Now the 48 down low, the 91 up high, and both of them are trailing Brandon Richardson, who is rebounded from that earlier incident. He's now up to 8th. Rob Raider has cleared Robinson and has caught the race leader here.
I'm going to say Richie was getting past there. Now Lynn's on the outside. Richie hemorrhaging some spots in the late run.
20 laps to go this time by Dakota Floyd, your race leader, but maybe not for long, as here comes Rob Raider to the inside, muscles his way by, some contact between the two. And he is not out there to make friends here tonight. He is bounced off of, at least 3 or 4 cars from what we've seen.
Floyd still showing the inside. We'll take you back on a replay in just a moment. Floyd will make another approach for the lead to try to take it back. 20 to go. Now 19 when they cross the stripe. They're going to go side by side again through the quad.
Floyd's holding on for dear life to that lead right now. Door to door they go down the back straightaway. Raider just about clear, but not quite. Back to the inside goes the 57. Neither one able to break free right now, and is starting to let Carter Lynn's back into the picture. Still side by side they go into the corner. Here comes Carter Lynn's. He has closed up that gap. It's now a 3-car battle for the race lead. Floyd and Raider still glued together. Dead heat at the line practically. It was less than 0.02 of a second. Carter Lynn's lays in wait, trying to figure out which car of these two is going to be the one to break free.
Little pinch there from Raider off of 2. The side draft pulls him back.
Yeah, Raider doing what he can, trying to clear. It's not working, though. Floyd is just doggedly hanging on to the inside of the racetrack right now. Lynn's almost made it 3 wide there a moment ago, and now Floyd's going to lead that lap.
.57 down on the bottom. That line has been good and bad at both times on this racetrack. Wow. I think Raider's just trying anything he can now.
Certainly seems like it. He is trying to break free, and it just is not working. I mean, Dakota Floyd has just, I mean, it's like he just reached out and anchored himself to the left side of that 53 car. And Floyd might be clear here in just a moment if he's able to slide up in front of him, and he will. Dakota Floyd miraculously holds on to the race lead here. Take a look at this one more time in this battle. I mean, fantastic stuff from Raider and from Floyd. And, I mean, I am shocked to say that the 57 has held on to the lead there. That was some heavy contact between the two that nearly gave the 53 the lead, but Floyd able to rally back. And now approaching a little bit of lap traffic here with Caleb Gilbert.
Gilbert should have got off the track a lot sooner there.
Man, this is getting really fascinating. We've got ourselves quite the duel up front. Raider again, he's get so much momentum off of turn 4. That's where he's really been able to make his move. But when they get side by side, especially in 1 and 2, Floyd is just able to wrap the bottom like nobody's business. And that's kind of how they've evened out on this racetrack right now.
He's not going to give the draft. He's going to make the 57 take the outside. 53, actually. 12 to go. Good. Side by side again.
Yeah, great run once again off of 4 for Raider. That's where he's made his money in this run, but now we get to 1 and 2. And watch this as the 57 just going to be able to plant himself right there. More side drafting going on here. Keeps himself alongside just enough where the 53 can't clear. If Raider gets free of the 57, I think he starts to check out a bit. It's just a matter of can he actually clear him, which right now the answer is easier said than done as he gets in front of him now, going in the 1. Yeah, big block thrown, bigger path attempt made back to the inside. Dakota Floyd goes 10 to go this time by. I mean, who knows how this thing's going to end? We've got ourselves an absolutely sensational duel here.
Floyd's been a part of a few of them. They have checked out for the rest of this field by about 8/10.
Raiders got the advantage. Floyd giving chase, a 10 to the second back. Jeremy Burns sits in 3rd. However, he is a distant 8/10 back with Reed and Lins just behind him. Unless one of those cars really puts together a crazy run in the last couple laps, the battle here is going to be between Raider and Floyd for the race win. And the 53 ever so slightly starting to pull out an advantage here.
Raider pulls away just a little bit this time by on a 10th faster than Dakota Floyd. Floyd might be backing up the corners a little bit for that last effort for 5 to go. We're sitting right around 8-9 laps left.
I mean, they definitely probably burned up their stuff pretty crazy trying to make that battle work. I think trying to cool it off just a touch is not a bad idea at all. As Grant Thorpe here battling with Parker Johnson, that's for the 9th position. This is top 10 points on the line here between the 48 and the 77 as they dive in the 1. Brandon Richardson in part of this battle as well.
Richardson up high for the 8th position. Parker Johnson hits the wall there coming off of turn 2. Thorpe going to slot into the inside of the 8. Going to the 3 and 4. A little pinch here. Some door contact.
Maybe a little bit more than a little door contact. They're still leaning on each other off of 4. And also, don't look now, but the 91 of Michael Reed has inserted himself into this fight for the win. And he took Jeremy Burns with him to a degree. I mean, he is there now looking for 2nd on Dakota Floyd.
He'll get to the outside, 91, surprising speed with the damage he had earlier in this race. He's made one hell of a comeback. The 91 into the top 3. Looking for a podium. Into the wall.
Oh, hard hitting the wall there. That's going to slow him down pretty significantly. Going to give Rob Rader a chance to try to breathe for a moment with 5 laps to go.
Five laps left. Reed to the outside of Floyd again. It was 5.2 in the box, the last stop for the 57 and 53. Reed had damage to repair. Got the car back to 100%. He had 4 tires on that stop.
Those tires then are just ever so slightly fresher as they're going to get. Oh, man.
What a squeeze.
Trying to clear Nick Alves there. That was the absolute worst place on the track to catch him. But Reed clears Floyd for second. And coming to 3 laps to go, does he have something to try to reel in Rob Rader?
No.
Oh, he's hardened to the wall again.
Floyd got into the back of him. Reed's running qualifying laps here. And this has allowed Burns back into the picture.
And this is getting wild. Floyd back to second. Reed in third. Burns is fourth. Kyle Stewart was off on the racetrack in the infield. We stay green. He got towed back to pit lane. Don't know what happened there. But with 2 laps to go now, Rob Rader a half second clear with no immediate challenger.
Doesn't look like lap traffic's going to become a factor in these closing laps. 2 miles left here from Charlotte in a 300-mile race. Rader showing his true colors at the end of the race. He was fast in the final 20 laps. He got to the lead, he brushes the wall, and it's one more time around, presented by Earhart Homes. Love where you live. Rob Rader's going to love where he lives in Victory Lane if he can seal the deal. 3, maybe 4 tenths off of turn 2. It's one more time around Charlotte. And Rob Rader's going to win a crown jewel. A pass for third. Jeremy Burns gets by. As they come off at 3 and 4, your podium with some dominant cars. Floyd, not a good run off the corner, but it's going to be Rob Rader getting the victory here at Charlotte.
Rader, Floyd, Burns, your top 3. The trio of them by far led, God, what would you say, 80, 90% of the laps here today was the 3 of them, and then Justin Ritchie for a bit there in stage 2. I mean, this was fantastic battle. I mean, we got treated to an absolutely delightful battle between Rob Rader and Dakota Floyd there at the end. And ultimately, the 53 able to hang on to the win. Part of me wonders if the 57 would have had anything in those last laps if he wasn't battling Reed. But I mean, the 91 just came on like a freight train there at the end until he hit the wall a couple times off of 4.
And Michael Reed with a black flag here at the end of this race. Not sure what that's for.
So Rader is just kind of going to drift it past the start-finish line a little bit.
He paying homage to Kyle Busch there in the reverse lap. Burns gets it.
An emotional night for sure. And the first time these guys have been on track since Kyle Busch's passing, and in the Kyle Busch throwback there to the Kellogg's machine. Rob Rader gets the job done and will park it there at the start-finish line at the end of a thrilling 300 miles of racing.
I do want to go back here, try to figure out what happened to Michael Reed. The closing laps there, the 91 had the run. Ends up getting passed by the 9. Watch this. He hits the outside wall. 57 to the inside. I'm not sure where this comes from. Reed's going to end up 17th here tonight. He's going to just barely miss the wall there out of 2.
So this is coming to the white flag, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so something happens on this last lap. Do we think it's like an incident point situation?
Yeah. 17 incident points for Reed.
That'll do it.
Might have hit the incident cap.
Yeah, so for anyone who's not familiar, on the default settings for iRacing, anytime a driver accumulates 17 incident points over the course of one race, that is, they have to serve a black flag penalty. And unfortunately, I think that may have been what just bit the 91 there.
Yeah, I think the 17th going to come up right here. This is actually coming to the white flag right here. And he has this black flag.
Yeah, that's brutal. Doesn't take away from the fact, though, that it was a phenomenal drive there late for the 91. Oh man, hard hit there with Richie.
Oh, he ran out of fuel as well. So what actually happened here?
So he ran out of fuel, and then that incident there at the end.
Yep.
Wow.
He runs out of fuel. He's coasting on the outside. Richie doesn't know it. Gets into the back of him, and that gives him his 1X there to put him at 17.
Wow.
He would have ended up with a top 5 finish there.
That is truly wild.
Well, he's parked here on the front stretch, and we have a moment to talk to him. Let's bring him into the broadcast booth, if we can find him. Rob Rader, victorious here tonight in a 300-mile race. And Rob, how about that? That's you run out of fuel at the line there. You got enough just to do a burnout. What a race. I mean, at no point did we know who was going to win this thing. We had multiple lead changes, different cars dominant throughout the day, but you were able to get around the 57 of Dakota Floyd and set sail in those closing laps.
Yeah, we joked around before the race, but everything actually is great. It feels so good to finally win a race. It seems like so many things have just gone wrong this season, and finally things kind of worked out. I was on the wrong side of the strategy long term there. At least I thought. I guess it worked out. I'd have to go back and see what everybody else's situation was, but I thought I was a sitting duck there after I pit and took my final set. But yeah, I mean, tonight, it's really cool to have the Kyle Busch paint scheme on the car, and thoughts go out to Kyle Busch's family and friends and everybody affected by that. I think it's really cool to see the league come together tonight and have some different paint schemes and stuff going on in order to honor Kyle Busch's legacy. I think that's really fucking cool. I mean, it's really freaking cool. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited that a Kyle Busch paint scheme won the race. We could give proper honor there. And then I also heard that Michael Bennett's cousin Stacy had her birthday today, so happy birthday, Stacy.
Well, we get one a week, Rob, so wouldn't be a better Kyle Busch style interview without an F-bomb, but
yeah, well, that one was unintentional, but we'll work on it.
It's
been a minute. I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
It's been a while up here in the booth, and it was a while in this race. 300 miles, anything can happen. We saw a lot of attrition. We started with 34 cars. We end up with around 15, 16 left that were up to pace. So you go through this race, up front's where you wanted to be.
Yeah, no doubt. It became really obvious early on in practice that this is going to be a difficult racetrack tonight. Just dirty air is going to be difficult, and then it's a tight racetrack. You're really carrying what feels like more speed here than you do anywhere else on the schedule, just because of how tight those corners are. And then when you get 35 guys, 3 wide, and all that nonsense going on, like it's you're just waiting for something on your lap. And that's why qualifying front is important. And I didn't nail all those things how I wanted tonight, but it was good enough to stay out of the mess, and gave us an opportunity at the end. And by the way, huge shout out to Dakota Floyd. We absolutely battled. Laps and laps and laps, side by side, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, can I save fuel now? I was teetering on the edge. I ran out literally at the line. I ran out of gas, and I was just trying to manage that to the finish. And Dakota just gave me everything he had, and almost ran me out of gas there. Just racing so hard with him. So anyway, big shout out to Dakota Floyd. That was a lot of fun. And he's always great. It's not like that's anything new, but ton of fun, and I'm just so excited to finally get a win this season.
You guys went back and forth, and a little muscle there in the quad oval. Had the run there off of 4, moved him a little bit out of the way and got to the inside, but it wasn't over from there. You guys went back side by side several times. Floyd had plenty of opportunity, even introduced Jeremy Burns and Michael Reed into that picture in the closing laps. Rob Rader, a fantastic race at Charlotte. Is there anybody that comes to mind to put the 53 in victory lane?
Well, it's Chapman is on the car this week, but it's okay because this is a tribute paint scheme, but it is a little bit unfortunate not to have the typical Chapman colors on the car this week when we finally get the win. So big shout out to Chapman Environmental Services. Big shout out to Dakota. Like I said, it was just awesome racing at the end. Passing the turf doesn't really have as good of a ring to it, I don't think, but we'll work with that. I thought Reed was going to get us at the end, and then fortunately for me, I don't even know what happened. Next thing I know, he really wasn't there. But just big
ran out of fuel.
Ran out of fuel. Well, relatable. I can see how you might end up there, but yeah, really good race. And I do want to take a quick moment to say that at one point there, myself and Matt Robinson got together, and I got to go look at that after the race. And if that one's on me, then I got to apologize to him. And then I think Trevor Keith and I had an incident where there was some net code involved. Not really sure either one of us did anything wrong there, but I don't know where they ended up tonight. But just wanted to apologize if either one of those incidents was my fault. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at them.
Well, you can tune in here on Vspeed. We had all the angles and beautiful angles here from Dougie Beard and all of the camera providers here on Vspeed. But Rob Rader, congratulations on winning the crown jewel here in week number 12. We'll see you in 1 week's time.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys at Vspeed. You do an awesome job. This is the longest race of the entire season. You guys hung in there, and I'm sure had an excellent broadcast as always. We appreciate you.
Rob Rader, first place finish here. We'll be talking to second place and third place. Yeah, I know. It's been a while since you've been up here. I guess that just threw me off. So
yeah, I know we're all lost. Now we're all just in shambles.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get it back together here in just a moment's time. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Interviews with the rest of your top 3 of those final race results in just a moment's time.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Hey Dad, did you know that replacing your cooling system reduces repair costs and improves energy efficiency? Plus, it operates more efficiently, which means more money in my pocket. I mean, your pocket.
Hey Dad, did you know that a new cooling system is less noisy and has a smart thermostat you can control from your phone?
How'd you get so smart?
Must be from Mom.
When it comes to your home's most important decisions, make the smart choice and trust your local Cedar Rapids Pro partner. We're in your neighborhood, so call today.
Welcome back, folks, here to Charlotte Motor Speedway, wrapping up a fantastic 300-mile race here tonight. We just talked to your race winner, Rob Rader, and we'll be talking to your other podium finishers, Dakota Floyd and Jeremy Burns, here in just a moment. First, going to give you the rundown of tonight's final results unofficially. After Floyd and Burns, Carter Lenz will finish fourth, with Justin Ritchie finishing in the fifth spot. Grant Thorpe will finish sixth here tonight, just ahead of Brandon Richardson, with Matt Robinson, Daniel Holloway, and Dylan Picklesheimer rounding out the top 10.
On the spot, going to go to Grant Turner. Parker Johnson will finish in 12th, with Jacob Sirkovich in 13th. Michael Bennett and Brandon Pamitat for the top 15. Nick Alves going to finish one lap down. Michael Reed with a black flag there. Got that final incident point there to put him back in 17th. Caleb Gilbert will finish in 18th, with Kyle Stewart 19th. And 20 cars, 6 laps down for Alex Forget.
Looking back to 21st, it'll be Jeremiah Nelson. All these folks 10 or more laps down. They'll be finishing just ahead of Michael Call. Al Likens had some speed tonight, but went out early here in 23rd. Joe Joya 24th. Ryan Munoz in the 25th spot. Christopher Schaefer 26th. Justice Murphy 27th. Fred Pennington 28th, just ahead of Trevor Earhart and Trevor Keith. Last 4 names on the board here: Kyle Diaz, Ben Laughter, Tyler Harrison, and Kevin Orlando Jr. All 4 of them went out very early on in tonight's event. But with that, we're going to be talking to our runner-up finisher here in the 57 of Dakota Floyd.
Got a Floyd in the booth. Got a copy?
I do.
All right, Alex Gagnon has caught up down there, and I just want to make sure we had radio because, you know, we had to do some censorship a moment ago.
I've already seen the newspaper headlines.
Yeah.
Well, Dakota, I tell you what, man, from start to finish, probably one of the best races I've had the privilege of seeing you put together up here in the Vspeed booth in the Chapman Cup Series. Unfortunately, you're coming up 1 spot short here tonight, but qualified on the pole, basically ran first, second, or third the entire night, and then you treated us to an absolutely sensational duel there in the final stint. Talk to us a little bit about your night and about that battle with the 53.
Well, like you said earlier when you guys pulled me up, it was a roller coaster of a night. I mean, it was just fight up at the front for a little bit, got into some trouble in one of the restarts, went all the way to the back. Had to play the strategy a little bit to get back up there. Was able to maintain on 25 lap old tires compared to everybody that was around me. And then at that point, it was just trying to figure out what strategy was going to land me where I needed to be. And I was set up good. I just think it's insane that he was able to save the fuel that he was shifting and running the outside like that. I stayed in 5th gear that whole last run and barely had enough. So, I mean, but it was absolutely phenomenal. It was a fantastic race. I love battling Rob every week. I mean, I know he's going to run me clean. But he's going to run me super close. So I look forward to it every week. And it was just an overall really great race. I just wish we would have got some green flag pit stops and some maybe longer runs.
Yeah, totally. That felt like the longest run we had tonight was just short of a full pit a full pit window. But we feel like we had like a lot of those 18 to 25 lap runs throughout the evening. With a race as long as tonight was, did you feel like the pit stops that kept coming up were helpful as like a reset, or did they keep taking you out of a rhythm and you're just like, man, when is this thing going to end? Because we keep coming down pit road.
I think it was a little mix of both. I was able to find my rhythm pretty quick, usually, even in dirty air. I think it was just a matter of trying to figure out where the guy in front of you was just going to put the car. But I certainly would have loved to have gotten into like a couple pit stop, rhythm and just kind of see where everything played out. But all in all, I think the cautions did play for a good reset. It allowed you to freshen up a little bit because this is an endurance race practically. So other than that, but yeah, it was still a fantastic night.
I mean, yeah, calling it an endurance race, I think, is a very apt description. And you were a survivor all the way till the end there. Had a chance at the end, but ultimately still a phenomenal points day for you, Dakota. Anyone you'd like to shout out on your Chapman 300 finish here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to shout out the team first and foremost, Richie and Kyle. I know Kyle got into some unfortunate mishaps there in the last few laps. I really hate to see that for him. He was putting together a really good race, and Richie put together a good finish there. And just glad to see the Orange Speed guys starting to put in the work, and just it's starting to pay off. And shout outs to Ben. I know he had an really early exit. Wish he could have run all the laps with us, but I know he'll come back better. Shout out to all the sponsors for the league. Chapman Environmental is the main sponsor, and all the sub-sponsors besides that. And they allow this thing to keep running, and all the admins that put in all the work to give us all the assets and all the great things that we have for Racing Revolution. It's phenomenal. And shout out to the rest of the field. I know it could have probably been a little cleaner tonight, but all in all, it's always great racing here. I always love racing hard, so. And shout out to Vspeed and the broadcast that you guys put on. It's awesome to go back and watch these. You guys do a fantastic job. And then shout out to everyone who supports me and my girlfriend for watching every week.
Alrighty, well, Dakota, thank you so much for the kind words, and congrats on a phenomenal run here tonight. And we will catch you next week at, well, where are we going? Not Michigan, Nashville.
Yep, Nashville.
Nashville. We'll catch you next week in Nashville.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night.
And that is your runner-up finisher here tonight, Dakota Floyd in that 57 machine.
We have one more driver to talk to. It's your third place finisher. We do have a live camera feed with this driver. It's going to be Jeremy Burns in the number 9. Jeremy, the last time we talked to you, you weren't very happy. But this week, I don't know if it's any different. And this week, you sweep stage 1, you sweep stage 2, and then strategy again.
Yeah, I mean, this one I'm not so upset about. I felt like, well, first off, I'm tired. And that's the emotion right now. It's just exhaustion because this is the longest race of the year. I thought that the 2 tires were going to work a little bit better there, but that's just on me. I felt like that was the right call. And granted, I was able to make up some more spots. But I felt like if we went 10 laps longer there, it would have been better. But yeah, overall, it's a very solid night. Won both the stages, finished third. So only leaving the minimum points on the table there. So just really happy for that. Felt like I had really good speed. But towards the end there, I was burning the right front off just a little bit too much, and it cost me.
I got 2 things to address. First off, in the background, that looks like a heart rate monitor on the LEDs. I'm not sure if that was your pulse rate. Probably need to add a few more checks into that one. And then there's this, looks like neon green electrical tape or duct tape over top of your shirt there, representing the number 8. And what looks to be just your attempt here to represent Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Usually, well, I've been putting this over because actually under this is the EXR logo, and I kind of changed teams this season. So, but then I looked at some of the stuff that I had. I actually had a sticker that had the number 8 on it, so figured I'd do that tonight. I also have a couple of 164s die cast of Kyle here that were next to me all night. So pretty cool just to honor him. I know that we did a little picture there pre-race. So just really special. I mean, it's just been such a tough week for the racing community, just really out of nowhere. Right. And, growing up watching him race, I never really liked him while he was racing because I was a fan of Gordon and other guys. But, the older I got, the more mature I became, the more that I realized that is what the sport needs. It needs your fans and your enemies and the rivals. So he was amazing for the sport. He's going to be greatly missed, but yeah, just a heartbreaker for that. But we definitely had to do something tonight for him.
Yeah, and I think when you said there in the maturity, that was something that went hand in hand. You grew up alongside with Kyle Busch, who had grown a lot, and when he goes into RCR, and an advocate for the sport, not just on the track but off the track, and growing all of that. And you guys here at Racing Revolution doing the same thing. You've got your mix there with the college series, but also bringing some of that over here into Racing Rev and Chapman. I know a lot of eyes on the 9 car every week.
Yeah, just super happy to have that fan base. And I'm also happy to bring over the things that I learned from the college series, right? You're racing with guys over there like Clampett, Falkingham, and other pros. Garrett Lowe was over there at one point, Steven Wilson. So being able to bring what I learned from that league over to here, and I mean, you see it week in and week out. These guys are getting better, really aggressive, and just keeping you on your toes. And it's definitely exciting week in and week out. I've definitely had to keep myself on my toes, right? You have to make sure that you're not falling behind, and that's what makes everybody better in the end. So it's really good to see that, really good to see how far this league has come. I mean, I joined it when I was a freshman in college and just recently graduated. So that kind of just shows how long I've been here, the duration that I've spent, and all the achievements that I've had along the way. So just really happy for that. And it's been a trip down memory lane over the past week, but just really happy for it.
Long season still ahead of us. We go to Nashville Super Speedway up next, and that concrete 1.33 mile oval. Jeremy Burns, you got a long list of people before we let you go.
Yeah, shout out my mom and dad, Josie, my fiance, Coach P, Sonny, my grandma, Miss Betsy, Julie, Derek, Caroline, Shannon, Belinda, Betty, Colleen, Tommy, Chrissy, Dana, and Dylan. Rolling Thunder, Lightning Fast. Everybody was super quick tonight. A couple guys got caught up in stuff, but overall still working amazingly as an alliance. Metroplex for being on the hood. Chapman Environmental, Buck Kicker, Coast Financial, Ultimate Exterior Light, Errol Holmes, all about bugs. You all up here at Vspeed do a phenomenal job, and it's going to be a long watch, but I'll make sure I get back to watching it. And just all the drivers and everything, like I said, just making everything as great as it possibly can. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Well, if you can sit through 3 hours of our voices, you can view the whole thing here on Vspeed. Jeremy Burns, we thank you for coming up here and talking to us for another one. Week 12 under wraps in the longest race of the season. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
So there it is, our third place finisher, Jeremy Burns in the number 9. Man, Alex, any final thoughts here before we wrap things up?
It was a long one here tonight, but it was definitely a fun one. We got treated to, I think, one of the better 1.5-mile battles we've seen in a while here. And those last 20, 30 laps there between Floyd and Rader, they were really going after it. And, a really fanfare, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of fanfare in that finish, I think. A lot to like, a lot of fun. And I think, whether it was really meant to be or not, a fitting tribute to kind of honor, the motorsports community after the week it's been.
I think I know the word you're looking for. It's either Modelo or Michelob. I think that's where we're at this point. We appreciate everyone coming out here and tuning in. We have another race up next, and it's not for the faint of heart. This racetrack is very unique in its own way. Nashville Super Speedway it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be wild. One of the bigger concrete tracks you're ever going to see. And this is one of those tracks, especially when they first started going to it, man, there was a surprising amount of mechanical failures. Obviously, that's less of a concern in iRacing, but it's just a very difficult track to have a proper setup for. So I think you're going to hear a lot of drivers complaining about how the car handles from the drop of the green flag next week.
It'll be week number 12. Chapman Cup Series, June 3rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you can join us there as we go live and racing. For everybody here at Vspeed to help make this possible, Alex Gagnon in the commentary booth, and Dougie Beer for providing our cameras. This is Bradley Cooper saying so long from Charlotte. Stay tracking, everybody.